We'll get into the specifics of that in just a bit, but right now I want to introduce you to someone very special. Let's bring in Chelsea Casso right now. She works here at the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma. Chelsea, welcome in.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for being here. And remind people, what do you do here at the Regional Food Bank?
Yeah, so I'm the Director of Childhood Hunger Programs. I oversee our 4 Food for Kids programs, which includes school pantry, backpack, summer feeding, and kids cafe.
So what we're doing today is obviously right up your alley.
Yes.
And talk to me about why it's so important as our kids get ready to go back to school. Why is making sure that they're fed that much more of a priority?
Yeah, well, we have about 60% of Oklahoma children who are on our free and reduced lunch program, and food is an essential school supply that they need in order to be able to learn and thrive and do well in school.
And you guys have some incredible ways to make sure that they are hungry here at the food bank. You actually brought kind of some stuff to show us of what our kids could be getting and eating. So we'll start here with the first one here. What's this?
So this is an example of what goes out in our backpack program. So all of our are elementary schools, and they will send these out on Fridays. These are all prepackaged, kind of shelf-stable meals that are easy to eat and pretty kid-friendly. So we've got like beef sticks, animal crackers, juice, things like that the kids really seem to enjoy.
Yeah, protein, fruit, I see all that here. And one thing I want to mention about the backpack program that you all have is something to think about. I mean, once school starts, kids get fed at school, right? They get fed breakfast and lunch. But what we don't think about is the weekends when they go home, because some kids don't have access to that. And that's what this backpack program really does, right?
Absolutely, yeah. This is intended to be a supplement for kids over the weekends when they don't have access to those meals at school.
So important. Okay, moving on here. We got a couple other things to talk about.
So we also do our Kids Cafe program, which is an after-school program. This is just an example of some of the meals that they might get. On Mondays, they do these PB&J Uncrustables, which are such a favorite of the kids. We've got carrots and applesauce, and that served with a milk is actually a complete nutritious meal for them.
And tell us about the Kids Cafe program for people who may not know what we're talking about.
Yeah, so Kids Cafe, we partner with all sorts of different organizations across the state. We've got Boys and Girls Clubs, YMCAs, Parks and Rec Centers, basically any organization who offers care for children during the after-school hours. They provide a safe place for them to go, receive homework help, and then also, of course, receive a nutritious meal.
And that's another important thing when, you know, they get breakfast and lunch at school, and then maybe after school they get another meal. So they get sent home with full bellies.
Absolutely.
So important here. I love that you guys think about everything. And then one more kind of thing you brought out here, one more meal.
Yeah, this is our calzone meal. So also a kid favorite. They love the pizza calzones, and it's got broccoli and craisins as well. And then we even have a little condiment in there of ranch, because we know the kids love the ranch.
So ranch on everything. Right?
Absolutely.
After my own heart. And bringing us back here, because we forgot to talk about why we started talking in front of our Hope's Kitchen here. So step over here, Chelsea, and talk to me a little bit about Hope's Kitchen itself and what it's all about.
Yeah, so Hope's Kitchen is a fully functioning kitchen here at the food bank, and that is where all of our meals are prepped in-house. That is done by staff from Hope's Kitchen and also with our volunteers.
I love it. And we stepped inside of the kitchen, by the way, earlier, guys, and it's state-of-the-art. I mean, this is a really special facility. And before we let our viewers go here, you know, today we are doing a day of giving. And why, just remind our viewers why it's so important. Any little dollar counts.
Yes, absolutely. Kids need the nutrition. They need to be able to have a meal in order to be healthy, in order to learn and really give their best at school. We want to make sure that they've got the food that they need to be able to keep learning and growing.
Exactly, because imagine trying to focus and learn on an empty stomach. I mean, it would be virtually impossible. Think about when you're hungry and what you can't do. So Chelsea, thanks so much for all that you do for our community and all the work that you do here. We really appreciate it to keep kids fed. Let's bring up some important, things for you all to remind you of here on our Day of Giving with the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma. You can text the word KIDS to 501-501. That's going to give an automatic $10 donation.